And they realized that the amount of 9,000 cannot able to complete, because at the end of the day, I need to set the condition in order to overcome them, for them to approve this. Those are the parliament areas. And that will come in the side of sensitization program before it reaches the parliament area. So they increased another 1,000 and I have 10,000. And I start this work within the course of 3 to 4 months. And finally, I able to produce a final draft, CITES Bill 2018 for the Gambia. My second initiative is, hence I am the head of research and development unit for the department. I do conduct with my team to go for big surveys, to look at what can be possible and what can we do. And I realized that marine turtles in the Gambia start having a problem, because we have a lot of hotels that have constructed along the beach, where the habitat and the breeding site of these turtles has been totally affected. So what I come up is, I said, okay, I didn't have a fund, but I have initiative. Let me create something and see whether it could be possible. Then we have a project called Early Warning Resilience to Climate Change. I approach those people, talk to them, and what my intention is concerning about to do total conservation and management, and also creating a breeding conducive environment for this species. I approach them, obviously I have a little, I have a material, but I have the skill also to be able to construct an hatchery, because I got that training from one of my friends whom we communicate to each other, and then he gave me a lot of impression that I can able to do it. Then I go in for it. I went to the communities. That my first turtle hatchery was at Gunju. I went to those because we have community wildlife conservation area. I went to them, talked to them, and they understood me, and they also, is one of their activities that they would like to do. So eventually we venture into it, and then our first turtle hatchery, we able to collect about 3,556 eggs from different dangerous locations, because human predators are the most dangerous predators in terms of turtle hatchery. Turtle eggs, because they collect the eggs at the same time they kill the mother, and which will cause a lot of damage to our ecosystem if we continue on that. The decline of the total population will decline, and there will be a lot of problems, because ecosystems have linkage. When another family is off, there must be a problem that will be created, and it will come back to the human. So out of that, we are able to have at least, because if you build a hatchery, there is a liability, some of them will not survive, and maybe you can able to see some of the young juveniles which are almost crippled or having a problem. So at least we are able to release 2,926 young ones back to the wild. And then for turtles, if you are releasing the turtles, you have to be very careful, because turtles, they are very intelligent. They just lay egg and go back. From the date of 46 to 56 days, they will be closer to the banks to wait for their offspring. So wherever you collect the egg is the same place where you are going to release. Otherwise, you will have a lot of deaths than survival, because they come for them and take them. And if you are going to release these turtle young ones, the newly born, the very day they were born, you should take them to the same location where you have collected the egg and release them in the area. So this is a liability of, you can able to have a survival rate from 60 to 70, because to have 100% is not easy, because there are other species also that feed on these young ones. Because they travel flooding for 1 kilometer and then down for another kilometer. Before it gets done, where these birds will come up, they will be under. So they can able to have more survival rate than non-survival rate. And another thing that I venture in is climate mitigation. I have 3 nurseries that I established in the department. I know I cannot do all, but we have people who are rangers. Some are drivers, they don't have a vehicle. So I train them how to develop this nursery and how to take care. I take my own finance by certain necessity so that they can able to have access to water. And at the end of the day, whatever I venture into, or I have a fund and somebody wants these seedlings, when I sell them, I give almost 60% of the amount to these people who are looking after that nursery. And 35% always go back to the nursery again. So far, this is that what I want. Is only 10 minutes, I think. At least